9th of November, Sunday morning. You probably can't see that it's too dark. I'm actually here earlier in the morning, and I'm going to try and experiment with my software to see if I can lighten this thing up. If not, I'll wait till it gets lighter. But anyway, it's like 5 after 6 in the morning. I'm going to try an early hunt this morning and see what happens. So, make it to hunting. I got a doe out here. She busted me. Now I got a doe. Leave me alone. I got a doe. Leave me alone. Shh. Shh. You there now? Man, it's because I had a deer in front of me. That's okay, she walked towards your stand now. Shit. She was right there too. No, she busted me out earlier. She saw me or something, I don't know what she did, but then she busted me. I seen her looking at the stand and she's stomping her feet, and then she just decided to walk another direction. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. It is the 8th of November, about 6:45 in the morning, and it's week 7 of hunting, and first sighting of the day. It was a good sized doe, but she, like I said, she stomped and busted at me, so what can I say? She walks. I didn't even get any video footage of her, so, oh well. I keep sitting here thinking about that doe. She was on alert from the time she came all the way on my left side over here until she stopped, and I moved a little bit. She caught my movement. She stomped her foot a couple times and snorted at me a little bit, and then I froze. I didn't move, and she stared, and then she put her head down, and then she looked back around, and then she just decided to walk the other direction, about a 45-degree angle away, and kept on trucking. But then I was watching this guy on YouTube. I love all these people give advices. I'm not giving no advice anymore. I just know what I know and what I do. And he was talking about the 3 mistakes we make as hunters, one of them is, I think it was because you got to get to the stand while it's dark and leave when it's dark. I don't believe in that because I've got video proof where my wife has walked out, and 10 minutes later there was a deer right behind her. And it's been more than one occasion like that where we've gone by with the tractor or something that came back out, and then there's a deer there. So that one's kind of a myth busted, I think. Yeah, I just don't think the guy's advice is pretty good. I take it for a grain of salt. We're near hunting, it's windy, but deer did move. I just saw one, so I don't get the abundance of deer. Mother Nature does what it wants to do. The deer do what they want to do. I do believe the deer are very intelligent this time of year. They know people are out to shoot them, so they're very ready to run, stressed out, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I'm just going to continue to hunt this morning, and it's still a beautiful day to be out, even though it's cold and windy. But you know what? There ain't no better feeling in the world than being in a deer stand sometimes. So, alright. Oh, other than ride a motorcycle. Later. I think I'm going to wrap it up this morning. 1, I'm hungry as hell. 2, this wind is just outrageous today. I mean, it's blowing shit everywhere. My concern is I'm not using a muzzle loader, I'm using archery, so wind here can deflect my trajectory and I might get a bad shot on the animal. I'm not disappointed today. I saw the deer. Didn't get the shot at it before this wind picked up, but that's neither here nor there. I'm still hunting and I'm still loving it as much as possible. So, I'm going to call it quits this morning. I don't know what's going to happen this afternoon. If this wind continues like this is bad. I mean, it's just like a little hurricane come through here, and that's unusual, but It's the second time it's happened to us this time too, so. All right, people, we'll talk to you in a bit. Good morning to you. It is now the 10th of November. We did not hunt yesterday. Is it the 10th? Yeah, because tomorrow's Veterans Day, the 11th. And we didn't hunt yesterday afternoon. It was too windy and nasty outside for us. And like I said, we're not that much of a hurry. We got 3 deer now. And we can slow down a little bit and have fun and hunt when we want. But it is cold this morning. See my breath? Ice on the ground. There's ice on the water. And I got my heated gloves. And got my heater going, and I got a heated vest on, so I'm going to be a little warm. Once it gets warmer, then I'll be happier. Well, inside anyway. Outside can stay cold for the deer, hopefully. So, anyway, like I said, yesterday was a good morning. Let's see what happens this morning. Okay. My propane ran out on my tank, but I think what freaks me out even more now is all of a sudden it wasn't in the forecast. It started snowing outside. Not heavy. It's just kind of flurries coming down, just little flurries, but it's like, whoa, where did it come from, man? I had never seen it. Wasn't supposed to snow today, but it is 20-something degrees, so I guess it is possible. Wife saw 3 deer so far. I haven't seen anything, not even a squirrel. So, it's interesting. At least she saw something. That's the better part. I don't think she videoed it, but if she did, I'll put it in here. But at least we saw 3 deer this morning. Well, she did, okay? All right. Hold off this morning. I want to go inside. I gotta get some more propane from my heater. It's cold out here right now. I'm not used to the cold. I'm getting old. And my gloves quit working too, so. And I'm hungry. So, time to go in. And we'll talk to you in a bit. Wow. Man. Still the 10th. And tomorrow being Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans out there. My daddy served for 20 years in Air Force in the beginning, and then Seabees, and then of course I did 21 years in the Army, and then my son, and then my brother did 13 years active in the Army as well, plus several years reserve before he died, and then of course my son followed in our footsteps doing submarines for a year or so. So veterans are in the family, love it to death. Back to hunting now. So, you know, I bought an ATV. We talked about that. Well, I'm fixing to put tracks on it. Eventually, I think that's the way to go for me to get around here safely. I watched a lot of videos on it, and the guys are telling me this says, hey, you're not going to go really fast. Well, you know what? I don't go fast anyway. It'd be silly for me. I'm not a racer. I just want to get to the deer safely, cross woods, and run down small trees, and get back out on a turn without having to worry about my tires flipping me one way or the other. So for safety measures, that's what I'm going to do. And I think I just mentioned it a minute ago, I put the backrest on. Here's a photo of it for my wife. So it's not the prettiest backrest, but if she leans back because of the ATV taking off or something, she's not going to flip off the back, and it's purely for safety anyway. So those are what I'm getting done eventually, probably not this season. Our 2 little buddy heaters are working pretty good. They ran out of fuel this morning, so we got a little cold out here. And I just put new canisters in them. And I'm going to learn, I learned how to refill my 1-pound cans with my big 20-pound tank, and then I've also got a 5-gallon 5-tank that I'm going to use for my buddy heater and my other stand, which will be here, they say tomorrow, but I believe Wednesday, because tomorrow's a holiday. I don't think UPS is going to deliver on the holiday. So that's what's coming up, and we're still hunting deer. And I will tell you what, I told you a little bit ago, we had that big buck walk by. If I had a rifle, it would have been down. There would have been no hesitation with that rifle, because I got you don't see my line, but from over here on this side, at the end of my driveway, per se, inside the property line, all the way over there is a 100-yard target. And we've sighted the rifles in, and that's what we use. I think I've showed you the videos on that before. If you haven't, check out my channel, Mr. Clean 28H at Yahoo, listen to me. That's my email. And check them out. So, watching a lot of good videos on hunting, kids getting deer, and apparently it was a good weekend opening up for muzzleloader, because Hunter's Harvest is full. Won't be open to Wednesday, if that, so we will wind up probably processing our own, because I don't let a deer sit. So, and I'll try to video that portion of it if we do it, okay?
So I'm gonna get back to hunting. Nighttime's falling. It's 4:40 right now. So legalized hunting, I think, is at 4:55, 5 o'clock. But we don't stay out here after it gets dark. We just don't do that. We don't feel like tracking deer when it's nighttime, and very seldom do we ever see any of that late. What I did last year, about 3 years ago or more, we wound up tracking that thing all the way up to 8 o'clock at night, and had to come back the next day to get it. So anyway, I want to sign off for the night. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. We'll be back out here in the morning, I'm pretty sure of. We love to hunt, so. And then after Tuesday or Wednesday, we go back up into the 60s and 70s again, so. Weird weather, weird. So unless I see something in the next 10 minutes, we'll talk to you tomorrow. This morning I was having issues with my Gerbing gloves a little bit, so I just contacted Gerbing. I think it's the batteries are not as strong and I need another set. So same lady again from Gerbing sending me another set of batteries, which I think is great. Now you got to remember, I just bought those gloves last year. 7 volt, 2600 amp, whatever it is, battery thing for the heating them up, so I can use them in the wintertime out here in the stand. And I don't care, they've treated me well with my motorcycle heated gear, hunting heated gear. I will tell you, Gerbing is the company that you need to see, and I'm going to make sure I mention her name tomorrow when I look it back up on the internet, okay? Thank you.
Good morning to you. Happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans. Today, yes it is, it's the 11th of November, and it's cold out here. For the first time, it is cold. I mean, there was frost on the ground. Buckets over there that had water in it are frozen. So, yeah, it got cold. I think it was like 23, 24 degrees this morning. And I know for you people up north, it's probably time they break out the bathing suits. But yeah, it's a cold one. And you know what? Let me see what the temperature is. I like to be accurate. I hate to guess. Let's see here. Oh, I lied. It's 26 degrees. Partly cloudy. Yeah, 26 is still cold. Feels like 24. That's what it says. And they can't be more right. So, Gerbing heated gloves. Like I told you earlier, get new batteries for that. Heated jacket liner and heated socks this time. Plus the buddy heater's going. Hopefully it breaks off some of this heat. Cold. Enough to take the hoodie off. So, but yeah, the other day was pretty productive. I got to see the deer. My wife saw 3 deer, but they were in the distance. She never got to see that big buck, which wasn't that big after all. The body was, but the rack was only 4, maybe 6 points, and that's not the one we're after. So, anyway, let's get to hunting this morning. All right, talk to you in a bit. Real quiet here. Not having a mouse out there. I think I seen 1 squirrel today. I will tell you a little story about these buddy heaters. We have the little buddy heater. Doesn't quite cut it as far as heating up this place, so I ordered the real Mr. Buddy heater to warm this thing up a little bit more, because it is cold. We need to be warm as we get older. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that you young people don't need to be warm. I just said as you get older, you'll feel it more and more in the bones. And we're not from the north, so I'm like down in Texas where it stays hot most of the time, and you get a cold front and set. And that's what we have here in Tennessee. It gets cold once in a while, real cold. So I'm used to that. But anyway, I'm probably going to call it quits this morning and go get breakfast. There isn't much moving, and like I said, we're not in a hurry. We still have another month and a half so of hunting, and rifle season starts in a week and a half, so we'll see what happens. All right? Yeah, it is the 12th of November now. I did not hunt last night. I let the wife come out and hunt. She hunted this exact stand, and she saw the same thing. Nothing. I just sat here. It was empty. And going through Facebook, I guess they're on lockdown. Anyway. Some people got deer, some people don't. It was just like they weren't moving yesterday. That wind was atrocious. I didn't feel comfortable, plus I had some other medical stuff to take care of. So either way, I'm back out here this morning, and hopefully Bambi shows up too this morning. Saw one out there, probably about 120 yards or more into the trees. Had to use binoculars today to check them out. I just caught a glimpse of it walking, and I think it turned away from us. But I did see the deer this morning. That's a good thing. Not as close as I like, but I got to see the deer. Man, I tell you, I sit out here, almost reminds me sometimes, I don't know why, I just had a flashback, sitting on top of a Conex looking out over the desert for something to move. And then hoping nothing moves. Well, here it's just the opposite. You want it to move. Saw the one deer this morning, and I will tell you that I use that Tink stuff, and I've used the spray, the urine drops, and all that kind of deer attractant that they talk about on TV, and I haven't had no success with that stuff. Nothing. I don't know if it's just me, or I don't believe in the stuff, or just the deer don't care about it. Anyway, we're going to be wrapping it up here shortly for breakfast. Hopefully something shows up. The wind is starting to pick up again. I don't know what it is with the wind lately. We've had nothing but winds, and I don't know if that's making them lock down. I don't make excuses, and this is not an excuse. It's just what it is, and still, it's surreal sitting, just to sit here and watch, and sometimes you have flashbacks that you don't need, but anyway, just sitting out here enjoying the view. I finally saw one squirrel, so that's good, and the deer, so we're getting there. So I'll probably come back out on this evening, hunting, see what happens then. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. I finished up about 30 minutes after I did the video earlier this morning, but my battery died in my camera too, so if there was something I would have missed it as far as recording inside. Still got my Tacticam 6.0 on the crossbow that would work, but what a dramatic change in the weather. It's already in the 50s, low 60s right now, and still no activity, but for the most part it's warm. Mother Nature has changed its mind, and a friend of mine told me that it's Encino weather this year. I remember Encino once when I was in California, dramatic change in the weather, but I have no idea. Tonight I'm looking forward to see if I can see the aurora, or whatever they call that thing, the northern lights. They seem to be visible now. A lot of people are posting the pictures of it, but I'd rather show you pictures of deer being hunted and getting, if I can find them. Speaking about which, after tomorrow morning's hunt, we're done. I've got to go pick up my deer from Meat Locker here in Montgomery County. And like I said, that's only 6 miles from me, not even 6 miles up the road. It's a great processor, but he doesn't do processing from the beginning of the season. He usually does it right at the rifle season or beginning of muzzle loader too, so we got lucky. So, alright, let's get to hunting. Look at, man, I tell you what, Michael Waddell and the Bone Collector. I told you I like his shows, and I went and invested in this. You would think, okay, I bought it, it's supposed to do all this sounds, and I couldn't figure it out until today. So anyway, you got the grunt, and then what I really like is I don't have to have that beep can. You got a doe call, and it's all because of that switch on the back. I'm gonna get that out of the way here. There you go. A little button on the back. You pull it down, you doe. Leave it alone, it's a buck. I thought that, you know, you can do different sounds or whatever you want to do, but hey, you know what? The doe is pretty cool, man. I don't know what all it does here. Oh, it's even got a fawn. And then you got the doe. Three calls into one little device. It comes with a lanyard that goes around your neck. Anyway, that's my little peep in there. I found it interesting, and I use it instead of using the beep can, turning it upside down, grabbing the grunt call and call. I got 3 into 1, so I'm happy. I know it's a little plug-in for the Bone Collector, but hey, he earned it now. And like I said, I met him, and here's a picture of us when we met him down in Nashville. Him and Nick, man, great people, great people. Okay, I ain't got no deer yet, so I might as well talk to you, right? All right. Spotted a buck, a big buck, she says. It's supposed to come up from over here, but I've never seen it cross the street or do anything. I mean, I say street, it's not a street, but across my line of sight. And I've tried grunting and doe calling, and there's not a response. If he was just over there, like she said, coming up the trail,
But they usually come up and they head straight down to the other guy's property towards the lake. That's where I think they head to. But anyway, it didn't make it up here, so sit here and wait again. Hey, good afternoon. It is the 13th of November, and we did not hunt this morning. We decided to go on post, commissary, take the trash to the dump, do our air running this morning, and I had to go pick up the deer today from the meat locker. What's nice about them is they invited me to come over there, you know, lend a hand or whatever. At the same time, they'll teach me how to make summer sausages and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. They offered that to me all the time I go over there anyway. So. But Earl, the owner, said, hey, yeah, you can get a lot out of this. And get the guy was showing me some stuff over there this morning, which was pretty cool. So, question for the day. And I'm really considering this big time. And that is putting tracks on my ATV. I think it'll be a lot more stable for me. The tires feel like I'm gonna fall over sometimes. I know it's not, but it's just the way I feel. But I'm thinking the tracks are a lot more stable, they're more flat-footed on the ground. And so I really do wish to get an input from you all down there too. Deer, yep, the big boy is still in the area. Got his picture here a couple times, and here's a couple cute ones, us on the ATV if you'd like to see that. So something different than hunting, but that's what the thing is for. And so I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. So let's get to hunting. It's quiet for me on my side of the fence now. About an hour ago the wife saw a big buck, but it was just a big spike, but big body spike too, so she just let it walk. I hope she videoed it though. If it is here, you know, I'm going to post it right here, and you can see it, and if she got it or not. If not, you're just going to be looking at me right now, right? Yeah. It is a beautiful day. I know I got a jacket on because sitting here gets a little cool, but it's 60 degrees, a little over 60. I heard a shot earlier today somewhere on the other side of our property, which means the muzzle loader, somebody got a deer, which is good too. But right after that, like I said, an hour ago, the wife saw a big buck go by too, but rack-wise small. So that's where we are right now, still hanging in here. I'm gonna sit here until almost the sun goes down like normal, and hopefully one shows up I can video and show you, and better yet, get within range and I can shoot it for you so I can keep it, right? So, but I did pick up the meat like I said earlier, so we got a full freezer somewhat, but not enough for the year. I think at least 2-3 more deer and we'll be done. Okay? Alrighty, back to hunting. Nothing. I mean nothing other than squirrels have I seen out here today. Just on Facebook a little while ago with a couple other hunters, some in Franklin County, some outside the other areas, and they're asking the same question, has anybody seen anything? And the answer is no. But life goes on. I figured I'm just going to stop this video here for the night on the 13th of November. I hope it's the 13th. It's Thursday anyway. And damn mosquito. And then I will, if I see something in the middle, I will try to video it, I hope. So, but as of now, only a couple squirrels running around. So we'll talk to you in the next segment of this video, which will probably be tomorrow morning. Alrighty? Alright. Y'all have a good evening.
Good morning to y'all. It is now the 14th of November. Time is flying. Week 7 is almost coming to an end. It is Friday. It is the last weekend that me and the wife will be hunting with our crossbows. It's next weekend, next Saturday, we pick up rifles. And hopefully the deer come in like they just did, maybe a little closer, but at least we have a chance to reach out and touch them, you know what I mean? But should be a good day. My wife saw deer yesterday, so that makes it all better. You know, we sit out here and look at nothing. It's beautiful, I love it, but seeing a deer once in a while, get that heart pumping, you know what I mean, and give you a chance, and hey, we saw something. But we did see turkey. She saw turkey too, so we're all good. So let's get to hunting. Yep, no deer.
Been out here a couple hours, it's just quiet, a couple squirrels here and there, they're not even out. I've got neighbors hunting on the edge of my property. So, in between this hunt, this morning and this evening, I've got our property line drawn out and where our hunting stands are. What I'm gonna do is mark like 1, 2, 3, and 4 locations throughout the property line so he knows if my deer crosses, hey, it's crossing in number 1, or hey, it's crossed in number 2, that my neighbor will know and he can let me know if somebody's hunting there or not, because people do hunt down there. And safety first, always safety, especially since they got guns. And we're not wearing orange yet because it's not gun season for us. But anyway, I think that's a good idea, and that's what I'm going to wind up doing, is making sure my neighbor is well aware of our location and their location too, so just to be safe. And he's a great neighbor. They're awesome. They own the youth camp over there. It's about 100 and something acres, and we border it next to the lake, so I think that's where all the deer went to, because I've always seen them cross down there in the mud, but we got to get them up here. He got a doe the other day. They've seen a couple bucks, but nothing worth shooting, so we're getting there. It's just going to be slow, and I'm sitting here plotting in my head where I'm going to put the food plots and stuff too, so that's going to be good. So I'll get back with you either I see a deer before I leave the stand or this evening. Alrighty, let's get to hunting. Later. Good afternoon, welcome back to my channel. It is still the 14th of November in the afternoon, and it's a hot one out there. I know I got on this little sweater here in my pants. I don't have no heated gear, even though we do got the new Mr. Buddy heater in the back corner over here to keep me warm. It did work this morning, but it got warm enough where I had to shut it off, and so on. But I said Gerbing, it's Mr. Buddy. But Gerbing, since I got it on my mind, you know, I told you I had the gloves. I don't have them out here now because it's too hot. They sent me new batteries. I talked to her Monday, Margaret down there at the, Department of Repairs, I guess, and Gerbing. It don't matter, Mrs. Gerbing to me. She sent me batteries, new upgrade from the 2800 or 2600 to the 3800, 3400, 3800, whatever. Here's a picture of the box. I got it in yesterday, FedEx, real fast. I was like, wow. So I charged them overnight, put them on this morning, and man, they got heated fast. So heated gear is getting there, and now we just got to work on food plots later. I sent my neighbor our property line map, and I'd show you, but I just want to keep privacy a little bit. And I actually labeled it where I put my property line and my property itself, a map of it, where my stands were, and then I pointed like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those numbers indicate where my deer might go into his property, and I have a good relationships with my neighbors. I say, hey, look, my deer just went in the number 2. Anybody hunting over there? Can I go get my deer? And he'll say yes usually, and of course there's no qualms about us going in there most of the time. And on the other hand, he's done that with me. He's called, hey George, you guys hunting? I said, yeah, but we're up here. He says, okay, I got a guy, and go across my property, got his deer, and come back up. That's what it's all about, keeping each other happy. You don't want them to lose their deer. So anyway, that's where we are, and I'm going to hopefully some deer show up this afternoon, maybe some ones that are out for a stroll in the summertime, because that's what it feels like too. So I'll talk to you later. Shoot. Man, I saw a big beautiful hawk today. That was gorgeous. He come down out of the trees, come over. He landed right here on the limb in front of me. But he was fast. I couldn't even get a picture of him or a video. And I was watching a video earlier telling me how to hunt. You don't look for deer, you look for movement. I see a lot of movement. They're called squirrels. And that's about it. So I think the weather is too much. So tomorrow morning, when I come back, if I don't see a deer, we'll finish this video off for the week set, as I got lawn work to do tomorrow, get the leaves out of my yard and stuff, hopefully. So at 70 something degrees tomorrow, I'm not going to hunt in the evening. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you later and finish this tomorrow. Good morning to you. It is the 15th of November. It's like 6:10 in the morning, 6:20 in the morning. Got out a little earlier than normal, hoping to see if I can see something. Water won't close. It's actually pretty warm outside. It's already 59 degrees. Can't believe that. Here it is, middle of November. We're having a heat wave. And congratulations to those on Facebook and maybe YouTube that got their first deer. I'm glad to see it. It takes a while, but I don't feel so bad after we got 3 already. But
it'd be nice for you all to get your deer too. And this is your first one too, so congratulations on that. So, not much to discuss this morning. Just want to hunt, and we'll see where the day takes us. Get to hunting. Okay, you know what? Sitting here on Facebook, excuse me, I just saw a new broadhead called Fire in the Hole. It's got 3 blades, right? 3 blades, and then it's got a ring around the blades. They said it'll drop a deer in 3 seconds. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know what broadheads you all use. Currently, we're using the 2-inch dead meat. I think it's a fantastic bolt. I've never had any problems. Matter of fact, every time we've shot a deer with them, they've gone down pretty good. And of course, I've had to replace a blade. And I think it's really easy just to replace the blades. I mean, you get the whole pack for $50, I think it is, something weird like there. And then you can buy a replacement kit for it, and you can get 3 or 4 more times use out of that same broadhead, and just replace the blades. And got to clean them up, of course, but you know, saves a little bit of money here and there, and very, very effective. Leaves a great hole on a deer, and it takes them out pretty good if you hit them in the right spot. Okay. Even the wife, when she had the bad shot, the dead meat did its job. It just took a little longer, and she spooked the deer. I guess that's what happened. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what kind of broadhead you all use. We're dead here still as far as deer, so I can think of things to do and look up stuff. So I'm thinking about ordering them broadheads just to try them out and compare them, and then give an honest review of which one I think is actually the best. I've got several broadheads. I got the fixed ones. They're pretty good, but you know, once you hit something with them, you got to replace them, and that gets expensive. We know hunting is getting expensive. I just sitting here watching people complain about the DNR up there in Michigan. The guy's pretty good. He's kind of pissed off, it sounds like, but he's got a good point. And the cost of their license is going up. And here's a state where you can feed on one half, but you can't feed on the other half. So each state, wherever you're watching me from, let me know what your thing is. I'm mostly Tennessee, and that's all I really concern myself. I don't go out of state hunting. I love Texas hunting, I will tell you that much, but I haven't been there in years. So, well, I can't say that, 6 years, but I haven't been hunting out there in years. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. So anyway, hopefully if I see a deer, I'll come in again. If not, I'll close this thing out when I get done here shortly. Enjoy. Shoot, I haven't seen diddly squat all day. Wife's in her stand. She saw one deer going down, running. Don't know why it was running. It was probably being chased. And then shortly afterwards, there's another buck. Couldn't get the rack size or whatever, but she said it was walking back up my direction. And of course, you know, they get up here to the top of the hill and they turn back to the lake, so I haven't seen it at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close out week 8 here, and follow this video at the end. There's another video I'm sharing here to close this thing out of our beautiful fall leaves coming down in the wind on a beautiful day with a picture too. So, start week 8 tomorrow morning, and that's all she wrote. So, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later.